Healthy diet is the key to better productivity. What's going on, guys? It's your boy RedpillCanuck back again with another YouTube video. Shout out to the Canuck Squad for being involved and being active on this YouTube channel. And today is money. Well, it's not Money Monday. That's for sure. Today is actually, I like to say it's Money Tuesday, but then now everything will be kind of confused. We're going to call it Money Week. Now, we usually do Money Mondays one time of the week, obviously, because it's Monday. But this week, we actually decided to do Money Week because, as we know, we're coming on December. Pause. And we're gearing up to 2023. And, of course, we all know how 2023 is probably going to be. We got recession. We got all this inflation nonsense. Now, I want us to be geared up for 2023. I want us to be prepped up, ready to go, and to beat all them normies to the punch. Because obviously, 2023 is going to be very competitive. And it's going to be basically like Darwin's theory, only the strong shall survive. And I want you guys to survive 2023. So I'm giving you all the knowledge that I have. So I shall bless you with my knowledge. But again, this is not financial advice. But basically, this is the kind of stuff that I do in my own life. So I said, you know what? Why not help you guys out? Let me pass some knowledge over to y'all, because some of you guys don't know this stuff. And actually, when I researched some of my topics for this week, I actually learned some stuff as well. So anyway, we want to be the best version of ourselves in 2023. Before we start, of course, we have to give ownage to our wonderful sponsors. And of course, we're talking about www.redpillcanuck.com. That's our Red Pill Canuck Daily Pill, where we get our daily news articles, podcasts, and home of our latest addition to our lineup, Dear RPC, where you, the viewer, write in for advice and we give our professional opinion. But again, of course, we're not professionals. We're not trained professionals, I should say. And of course, it's for entertainment purposes only. We're already 2 episodes in, and the response has been quite good. So keep on writing in, and yeah, there you go. And if you're listening to on our alternative podcast, our alternative platforms, shout out to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Shout out to you. Hit the follow button and visit my YouTube channel, and hit the like button and subscribe button if you haven't already. Now, yesterday we were talking about how going to bed and getting up early leads to productivity. Now, today we are also talking about productivity again, but this one might kind of hit some people in the wrong way. So, today's topic, how eating healthy equals healthy wallets. Now, I'm not talking about how eating healthy will make you money. Well, actually, yeah, I actually kind of am, because they actually did a few studies, and it has been deemed and been proven that eating properly will increase your productivity. And case in point, when I used to, and you guys could probably chime in on this in the comment section as well. When you eat something, say fast food, for instance, don't you feel snooze? Don't you feel tired after? And a lot of people say it's because of carbs. That's technically true. But how can you be productive if you're tired? You can't. Because you end up going to sleep, you feel lethargic, you feel lackadaisic, you feel lazy, and then you're not able to function at your maximum potential. Now, breakfast obviously is the most important meal today, but we're going to be covering breakfast as well as an overall aspect. So let's get into the first article here. And again, this is actually how successful people are able to be successful. Now, I know what some of you are going to say. Some of you are going to come out and say that, oh, I'm not rich. I can't afford certain foods. Oh, woe is me. Woe is me. Now, that may be true, of course, but there's always alternatives, and quite a bit of healthy foods are not expensive at all. Like we're talking, for instance, beans. Beans are probably the cheapest thing that you can get nowadays, and they're chock full of fiber, and they're chock full of protein, which can allow you to be productive. But let's get into the first article here. And I actually adapted this into my daily life, the Mediterranean diet. And this is, basically the title of this one is Mediterranean diet works better for wealthy people, studies say. Now, where it says wealthy people, the reason why they're saying this is because quite a few of these things are kind of expensive, but there are other alternatives, like say if you can't afford, for instance, olive oil. You can actually alternate for something else. But let's get into the article here. And of course, we got an ad here. Wait, where's my article? Oh, okay, there we go. Sorry, the ad kind of screwed me up here. Okay. The Mediterranean diet, rich of fruits, vegetables, fish, olive oil, nuts, and whole grains, has long been hailed as a healthy, heart-healthy eating plan. But research says its health benefits may be limited to the rich and well-educated. Now, the reason why is because a lot of people don't know about this, first of all. And also because, actually, we got a video here. I didn't know we had a video. That was hiding behind an ad. But anyway, we're going to watch the video as well, of course. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. I had to sneeze. I had to sneeze, and I tried to hold it, but yeah, I'm not going to hold it for the whole entire episode. I could probably end up blowing my brains out internally. But you know what? Let's get into the video here first. And of course, we're going to put up our good old fair use, because fair use is fair use. Expert to copyrighted material may be quoted verbatim for the purpose of teaching, reporting, and research without permission or payment to the copyright holder. Shout out to fair use. And shout out to CBS News. Apparently, this person is a cardiologist. So, shout out to her. Miss Tara. Tara ain't bad, actually. She all right. Of course, we got an ad. Seriously? Okay, anyway. Shout out to Yellowstone. Is this Yellowstone? Yes, yeah. Very good show, by the way. I actually watched a few episodes. Okay, what is going on here? Okay, can we pause this? Okay, we can pause it. Okay. What's going on
A
here?
new study finds
There we go.
more evidence that the Mediterranean diet of vegetables, fruits, nuts, and fish can help you live longer. Our Dr. Tara Narula is a cardiologist at New York's Lenox Hill Hospital. Tara, good morning.
Good morning.
So previous
Hello, Tara. She ain't bad. Anyway, continuing. I just had to. I have to pay ownage. Continuing.
studies have shown that the Mediterranean diet is good for you. It's good for your heart. What does this new study say?
So this study really looks at how diet affects how our cells age and essentially how rapidly we age. We know that on the chromosomes, on the very ends of our DNA, are something called telomeres. It's genetic material that actually protects our DNA. So every time the cells replicate, those telomeres act almost like the plastic tips on the end of shoelaces so that our DNA does not get damaged, destroyed, or scrambled.
They naturally shrink as you get older.
That's right. And so every time the cell divides, those telomeres shrink. And so we know that people with longer telomeres seem to have longer lives. So longer telomeres are associated with longevity and better overall cellular health, less chronic disease.
And the Mediterranean diet keeps the longer telomeres.
And
Dun, da, da.
Exactly. So this study looked at 4,000 women who were around their 60s and looked at what kinds of diets they ate. And they found that those women who adhered to the Mediterranean diet had longer telomeres.
Okay, so let's accept that and go do that. What else can you do to keep your telomeres longer?
Well, so other research has shown that things like
Now, here's the thing, actually. So I noticed they're not talking about men. Why not? But I'm pretty sure that it's the same thing because telomeres don't know gender as far as I know. I'm not sure about telomeres. I never even heard about telomeres, but I'm guessing this is what she's eating because she actually looks pretty good. Anyway, continuing.
like smoking and obesity and even sugary drinks are also associated with shorter telomeres. Now, this study was not a cause-effect study, so there are some limitations. It looked at one point in time. It didn't follow the shrinkage or shortening of the telomeres, which may be more important than the length at one point in time. It only looked at women of European ancestry. So, it's hard to draw very deep conclusions from this, but we can make these associations.
Yeah, I want to talk about the specific foods because Nora just shared with us that she eats a lentil soup every day.
Right.
And I'm thinking that's beans, and I'm thinking that's gassy. But is that a good thing? Is that a good thing? I'm not trying to be funny. No, I know gassy isn't a good thing. But
Lentils are not gassy.
But lentils are a good thing.
Yes.
So you're talking about lentils, nuts,
Veggies, fruits, unprocessed food. If you're going to choose fat, monounsaturated fats like olive oil, nuts that have some omega-6s and omega-3s in the fatty fish, less.
Take notes, ladies and gentlemen. She's spitting facts here. Now, notice how she didn't talk about fast food, eh? Oh, that's a little bit loud. Sorry about that. She's not talking about fast food. She actually talked about eating non-processed food. Now, this takes in part of what I always kind of champion for is cooking your own meals. Now, making an excuse nowadays, I don't have time, ain't gonna cut it. Because, of course, we talked yesterday about getting up early. You could easily meal prep. You can make your meals for the week on your day off. That's what I usually do. I usually make my meals for the week, and all I have to do is when I'm ready to go to work, I just pull it out of the fridge, go to work, heat it up, and you're good to go. So you can't use time as an excuse. Now, the thing about cooking at home, and you all probably saying that, oh, I can't cook. Yeah, that's no excuse either, ladies and gentlemen, because we have good old YouTube. There are billions upon billions. You know what? I'm going to prove it here. Let's go here. So, cooking. Let's type in cooking just for the hell of it. Look how many videos. There is tons and tons and tons and tons of videos on cooking, on making meals. Like, even if you go here, you type in meal prep. You go even meal prep. There's so many videos here. Like this one right here. Make 5 meals in 35 minutes. I didn't plan to show a video on this, but you know what? It is what it is. We're going to show it to you really quickly on how easy it is to make these meals.
Fantastic recipe to make. It's being served with some pan-fried vegetables and of course soft fluffy rice and all weight conversions, ingredients, substitutes and nutrition.
Okay, we're just going to skip through. We don't need the thing here.
Those lemons, 80 milliliters of
look how easy this is.
Let's add in the green beans.
These are so easy, and this is healthy. Look, you got broccoli here.
Brown color. You also don't have to.
So you have your vegetables.
If you're not a fan, you can. This is going to ensure that they get really nice color.
And then you have your chicken here.
Evenly, season to taste with sea salt flakes. Then mix and cook regularly for 10 minutes.
And there you go. Look at this.
Of the honey chicken, but you might want to lower those amounts and get 6 or 7 portions out.
This man is set for the week. Shout out to him. Look at that. Now all you have to do is literally pull it out of the fridge. And you're good to go. So you can't use time as an excuse, and you can't use I don't know how to cook as an excuse. So what excuse are going to use now? No excuse, eh? And this is actually not expensive ingredients. Rice is not expensive. Broccoli is not expensive. You can even buy frozen broccoli. And you got chicken here. This is a cheap meal, and it's actually very nutritious. And look how many views this man has. This guy has. Where's his view count? Yes, well, 1.3 million views. 1.3 million. Bruh. So obviously people are catching on and they're getting to meal prep. And not only that, that's how you actually also save money. So you can actually save money by this as well. So not only you're increasing your productivity, but you're also increasing your wallet because you ain't going out and buying Mickey D's or Burger Ing. I ain't promoting these brands, by the way. Or reach for non-healthy alternatives. Processed food. This is all good for you here. So anyway, let's continue with the other one here. Let's continue to Tara here. Shout out to her. Anyway, continuing.
Red meat, less processed meat, and even less dairy. That's more of the Mediterranean diet. And then throw in a little bit of red wine.
You mean do less red wine?
No, a little,
do more.
A little bit, yeah, more.
Okay, obviously you don't want to have red wine when you go to work, but I get what she's trying to say.
So for men, two glasses a day. For women, 1 glass a day. And we think that these vegetables, these fruits, this diet is full of antioxidants and basically has anti-inflammatory effects, and that's what protects the health of your DNA and your genetic material.
All right.
Thank you.
I love it. Always good to see you.
Yeah.
So there you go. There you go. So let's continue with the article here. Let me lower this. Sorry. For some reason, I had to increase the volume to get because the video was low. So, but it also was the same thing for my effects. So, yeah. There we go. Okay, everything is leveled out again. Okay, continuing. For the study, a team of Italian scientists reviewed diets, income, and education levels of nearly 19,000 men and women. Okay, good. So they included both sexes here. The investigators found that the Mediterranean diet was associated with about 60% lower risk of heart disease and stroke among those with higher incomes and more education. The same is not true for those fewer resources, even though they follow the same additional plan. Now, healthy habits, such as getting regular exercise, and we talked about regular exercise and regular routine checkups. We're going to probably cover, well, we can briefly cover this in this episode because obviously, it's not really that big, but it's still important. So regular exercise, we actually covered this in yesterday's episode, where when you get up early, you can easily go on the treadmill for like half an hour before you go to work, or you can even walk around the block. You don't need equipment to get that exercise going and get that mental exercise going. Because obviously when you work out, your brain gets stimulated as well. And not smoking. So you know what? Yeah. I never liked smoking. Smoking ain't good for you. Routine checkups. It is always good to go to your doctor and make sure everything is working properly. And make sure you're in your tip-top shape. So more common among people with higher incomes. Okay, this is more common with people higher. Of course, obviously, because they see themselves as an important asset. Because what's the use? You're making all this money and you ain't gonna live to spend the money. But the study findings held up even after researchers accounted for the variables and others such as marital status and body masses and whatnot. Okay. The team investigated other possible explanations for this healthy diet. The findings showed that the wealthier participants ate less meat and consumed more fish and whole grains, those with lower income. So basically they're saying is, so going and buying KFC and all this other meat, if you want meat, fish is a better alternative for you. And they always said, and you guys probably heard this yourselves, fish is brain food. There's a lot of benefits from eating seafood as opposed to eating fish. Because the problem is with eating a lot of meat. And I'm not talking about poultry per se, because chicken is actually quite good for you as well. I'm talking more like red meats and whatnot. The problem is, well, to a point, sometimes chicken as well. We're not going to kind of rag on chicken. But a lot of meats in general, they use so much hormones now because there's such a demand for meat. And because y'all like your meat. Yeah. Y'all don't like your meat. So obviously with demand, they have to keep up with demand. So they're boosting all these genetic hormones and all this stuff that's actually not good for you, because obviously if it's going into the animal, it is going to go into you too. Y'all don't realize that. So that's why when you go to the grocery store and you see free range or organic and whatnot, y'all just think those are words. They're not words. And the reason why they're more expensive is because usually they're better for you. Now, I'm not saying that you have to eat everything organic. Sometimes you don't need to, like bananas, for instance. Like bananas, I really can't tell the difference between an organic and a non-organic, really. But I'm not saying that only rich people can benefit from this. Every economic status can benefit, because obviously there is alternatives that you can do as well. But let's continue. So more grains. Okay, we have got that already. More affluent people also ate a greater variety of fruits and vegetables. And you can't tell me fruits and vegetables are expensive. Well, yeah, they kind of are, but they can be achieved by all classes. You're telling me you can't buy a bag of carrots. You're telling me you can't buy a cabbage. You can't buy beans. Beans, again, are one of the most cost-effective grains you can get, and grains in general as well. That is a great source of protein, and it's good for, overall good for you. Now the girl that was here, my sister here.
Thank you.
Where? Oh, Jesus. Okay, never mind. What? Damn it. There we go. Okay. We're going to skip that. I just kind of almost messed it up. But anyway, she was talking about how beans gives you gas. It makes you, of course, it's going to make you gas. If you're getting rid of stuff, obviously it has to come out somewhere. Where else is it going to come out from? Anyway, so yes, beans does give you gas, but it's a good type of gas. And if you have gas, just go outside and let it go. Or just go in the washroom. Just go kind of covert light and kind of hide. Or if it really happens and you can't control it, just blame it on your coworker. Anyway, continuing. Okay, so where are we? So, research quality food. Okay, here we go. Did I miss something? Oh, okay, we're here. So, greater food spec, which provide more antioxidants and other essential nutrients. The researchers concluded that food quality may be important for health and how people eat and how often. Many may provide access to a larger variety of may provide access to a larger variety of foods typical of the Mediterranean diet, such as fruits and vegetables, thus obtaining more adequate intake of essential nutrients. Of course, this individual is the head of the Department of Prevention, blah, 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 blah. Many and most nutritionally, I can't read today, valuable foods in Mediterranean diet includes fish, olive oil, and produce. Aren't cheap, which is true, but there's other alternatives, but we'll get into that. Let's think of a 5-member family who wants to attain a 5-day portion of fruits and vegetables. It gets quite expensive. Cooking methods also differ among studies. People with more money and more education were able to likely prepare their vegetables in a healthier way, which preserves their nutritional value. Now, this you could easily go on YouTube and learn how to do this. It's not hard. Like as I showed you just now, it's not hard. Okay, so this person here, who is a clinical associate professor, said more affluent, more likely to be better health care, variety of vegetables. Okay, she's talking about, okay, you don't need to know that. Okay, this is what I want to show you guys. So this is for all you guys who said you can't afford to eat healthy. Excuse me. That doesn't mean individuals and families on a tight budget can't afford to follow the Mediterranean diet. She offers the following budget-friendly advice. Now, you guys want to probably take notes here. Now, I actually found this very interesting as well. So look for variety and sales. When it comes to overall diet quality, the more fruit and vegetables on your plate, the better. And my mom actually used to say this, the more colorful your plate is, the better it is. And I'm talking about like fruits and vegetables. I'm not talking about putting candies on there. The more fruits and vegetables are on there, colorful food is happy food. Okay, choose produce that are on sale, which will stretch your food dollars. So you don't always have to go organic per se when it comes to fruits and vegetables. Well, yeah, it is good for you, but if you can't really afford it, as long as you have fruits and vegetables to begin with, you're good to go. So buy in season. Now, this is actually very important for people who like to buy certain vegetables that are only come out in the summertime, for instance, like avocados or cantaloupes and stuff like that. So produce tastes better when it's in season. It's also much less expensive. Bottom line, you're likely to eat fruits that is sweet, and you probably load up with vegetables if it's more flavorful. And of course, if it's in season, it's going to be cheaper. Do not overcook. Now, I actually made this mistake as well. Sometimes I kind of overcook my food. The problem is when you overcook your food, and actually it does say here, it does affect the nutritional value, because obviously you're killing the food. Now, one tip that I actually I've learned, and it was taught to me, is that when you're making, say, vegetables like broccoli, for instance, you never want to overcook it. Now, this gentleman here probably did kind of overcook it. I'm not sure. I didn't really watch the whole video. But the best thing to do is when you're cooking vegetables is kind of shock it. So you'll put it in there and you'll probably just kind of let it boil for like a few minutes and then take it out. So you're just giving it the shock factor. If you overcook it, it turns into mush and then you end up killing the nutritional value, and then it's pretty much useless. And this is actually one good thing, especially if you're considering stocking up and whatnot, especially if stuff is on sale. Consider frozen and canned foods. Now, during pandemic time, this is actually what I did. A lot of my vegetables and even fruits, I got them frozen. So, like kale, for instance, or anything that's actually, like broccoli, you don't necessarily have to go with the fresh ones. You can go with frozen. They're pretty much the same. And it says here, canned fish and frozen vegetables and fruits are often more affordable than fresh and can equal, if not more, nutritional punch per bite because it's just basically frozen. And it's good for stocking up as well. And try affordable alternatives. Now, take notes here, guys. Olive oil obviously is expensive. So olive oil is considered a staple in the Mediterranean diet, but it's pricey. Other plant oils such as soybean oil are healthy and affordable, so you don't have to consume only olive oil. So apparently you can also use legumes such as dried beans and peas, which are extremely affordable. So there's where it goes with the bean aspect when I was discussing earlier. Now, I actually came across this article here. This is actually good for all you guys who are saying that you don't have time to make breakfast. Even if you get up early and you don't have time to make breakfast. Now, I actually got this for you guys so that way you don't have to go in the line at Timmy's or Burger King or whatever you want to go, or Mickey D's, and get their non-nutritious breakfast sandwiches, which are horrible for you. Allegedly. Please don't come after me. Pause. Now, here's 16 alternatives that you actually make, and this comes into the meal prep again. So you can actually make this the night before, and it'll still be good for you. And there's actually a few of them. We're going to go for a few here. So apple cinnamon overnight oats. So this, you can actually make it in a mason jar, and you just basically put it in there, and you're good to go. You just pull it out of the fridge. Now, this one I found very interesting. I did try this, and it actually is really good. You can actually make a breakfast casserole, where you have all your veggies in there and you have your eggs. So you have all your protein and whatnot. Literally all you have to do is just cut it and just put it in a container. This one is actually for all you people who say, you know what, but RPC, I need my breakfast sandwich. I love my breakfast sandwich. Well, here you go. You got your breakfast sandwich. You got a healthier alternative. Veggie pack breakfast sandwiches. Now, this is pretty much the same thing. It looks like it's the same thing from the casserole, and they just made it into a sandwich. And you could easily just kind of put this up, and you can actually freeze these as well. And when you get to work, you just heat it up and whatnot. And, of course, you got breakfast cookies, banana bread breakfast cookies. These actually look really good. I'll probably try this myself. But there are alternatives out there. And the thing is, like they always probably taught you when you were a kid, and you actually have breakfast burritos here as well. So you don't have to go to Mickey D's. You can make your own. There's a lot here. There's a lot here. And you could easily go on YouTube and you can research all of this stuff. But that being said, you probably always were told when you were a child that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, which is true because you need the energy. You've been sleeping and your body gets up hungry. The worst thing you can do is have coffee, rush, and not feed yourself. And then you're going to be hungry and be lethargic and whatnot. So there you go. So you have that there. I'm giving you a lot of information here, guys. And here is one major article which I wanted to mention as well. And actually states here that a healthy diet is the key to better productivity. Now here is this actually shout out to Business News Today. Want to get more done at work? Eat better. Unhealthy diets are associated with lower productivity. Now, at the beginning of the video, I did mention that, where if you're eating a lot of takeout, say if you're eating a supreme hamburger from Hero Burger, for instance, you eat that thing, you're full, of course you are, but sometimes you're too full, and you feel lethargic and you're not able to finish the work you have to do. And of course, that's going to decrease your productivity and overall ain't going to be good for you. So it says right here, while eating healthy boosts productivity. Other health factors such as smoking, lack of exercise, and stress tend to decrease productivity in the workplace. So again, work out when you get up in the morning. Go for maybe even 20 minutes just to get the juices flowing is beneficial. Healthy diet results with group efforts, slow transition, focus on fruits and vegetables, with occasional cheating. So if you want to have a chocolate bar, go ahead. I'm not saying, don't have any, delectables. Good old delectables. Of course you can have it once in a while, but focus mainly on the good stuff, which is fruits and vegetables and whatnot. So unhealthy diet, smoking, and lack of exercise cutting down on how much employees accomplish each day, according to a study from 2012, 2015, and 2021. We'll explore the data on each study. We're currently between unhealthy. Okay, so we're going to go to the latest one here. Is there one where they're talking about 2021? Okay, here we go, because this is the most recent. So according to 2021 Journal of Applied Psychology, nighttime unhealthy eating choices result in less productivity the next day. Among 97 full-time employees tracked over 10 days, those who ate unhealthy foods the night before work were more likely to avoid work-related situations. They were also less likely to offer help or go above and beyond for their teammates and supervisors. These disengaged employees, of course, were less productive. Now, you guys are probably wondering about this as well. How to achieve a healthy diet that boosts your productivity. Now, we're going to briefly go into this. So again, ease into it. So don't literally go into your fridge and start throwing everything away and replenish everything. You kind of want to ease yourself into it. It's the same thing like sleep. Well, we were talking about yesterday. You want to kind of wean yourself into it. You never want to go full force because obviously you're going to start being cranky and it might do more damage than good. And again, add fruits and vegetables slowly. So again, there. And you could also have here, and I don't think you really need this. I think we're all grown people, but some people do, and I'm not ragging on you. You could actually have an accountability buddy who kind of checks in on you and whatnot. And that's what kind of says here. And also talks about you can actually discuss your victories and struggles with somebody else and whatnot. Cheating occasionally, like I said, you can have a chocolate bar once in a while. You know, go into those nice unmentionables. Listen, we all like sweets, even me. You can have an Oreo cookie once in a while as long as you're achieving your main goal and you're eating properly. One cookie ain't gonna kill you. Trust me. Now, there was actually another article here we're gonna go into briefly as well, and it was on LinkedIn, and this was actually a post done by this individual here. And I found it very interesting, so shout out to him. So the World Health Organization, I have to, I'm sorry, reports that adequate nutrition can raise your productivity by 20% on average. You'll better be able to focus and accomplish tasks when you're eating properly or when you've eaten properly. So these three reasons why fast food may negatively impact your success. Now, of course, I'm going to have to do this because I know some people are going to be hurting their feelings. So we're going to put our disclaimer up here. Viewer discretion is advised. We here at the Red Pill Canuck channel show no hate or harm to anybody's life choices of your gender, creed. If you don't like vegetables, if you just want to eat burgers for the rest of your life, you want to do that, go right ahead. I ain't going to stop you. But we promote healthy choices here. We want to make you guys better, but we're not going to discriminate against you. We're just trying to help you here. So let's get into the 3 reasons here. Sorry, I'm coughing quite a bit here. My throat is quite dry. So I've been recording quite a bit of content for you guys. So obviously, the more talking you do, the more dry your throat gets. I usually have water beside me, but it was literally on the other side of my desk. Anyway, let's get into these 3 here. Let's stay focused here. So 3 reasons why it's negative. Weight gain. Obviously, fast food is packed with toxins, exceeding excessively high trans fat, sugars, and bad carbohydrates, which are prime drivers for weight gain and obesity. Kind of makes sense, doesn't it? So again, best thing to do is to prep your meals here. Prep your breakfast. Look at this. Doesn't that look good, ladies and gentlemen? That looks good. Like, I can eat that. And it's a prepare for 5 days. Why not do that instead of eating out? So weight gain left unchecked leads to negatively impacting your productivity in general. Now, lower energy levels. Digestion breaks down foods you eat and converts them into energy that can either be readily used or stored for later. Fast food inhibits this breakdown because it's easier to digest. This is why you feel a short burst of energy after having fast food. However, a crash shortly follows with the levels not sustainable and you're back to junk food for more. Now, again, with the example with the burger. You have the burger. You're like, oh my God, I feel so good. Oh, man, that was good. And then 10 to 15 minutes later, you crash. And you don't feel like doing anything. That's probably the reason why. And of course, the third one, which is probably the most dreadful, is the risk of heart disease and other conditions. Because fat foods are packed with fats, sugars, and loads of sodium, like, yeah, I'm telling you, with those burgers, why do you think they taste so good? And don't tell me about this Beyond Meat stuff, that it tastes like real food. No, it doesn't. The reason why it tastes like that is because there's so much spices and sodium in it to make it taste the way it does. And especially with that Beyond Meat stuff, why do you think it tastes that way? Because they put even more sodium on it. That thing literally has no taste, so they have to put so much spices and ingredients to make it taste so. So that ain't good for you. You're better off just eating the regular stuff. Anyway, so sodium, this will increase your risk of type 2 diabetes, good old diabetes, and heart disease. What you eat determines what enters your bloodstream, and your brain functions is one of the most obvious exhibitors of your body health. When you're healthy, you're focused, which is actually very true. The opposite happens when you're unhealthy. The key to productivity is in your hands. Watch what you eat, and that will translate into results that follow every aspect of your life. Very well written. Shout out to Richie. I can't pronounce this person's name. We'll call him Richie N. And apparently he's an online fitness. This is actually his LinkedIn. So shout out to him. You can follow him if you want. Free promotion. But what he's saying makes quite a bit of sense. Like they always said again, like you are what you eat and you produce what you eat. Now, if you're eating crap, you're going to produce crap. But if you're eating healthy, you're going to produce very good results. Anyway, guys, this was actually a short one, but I thought it was very interesting and actually quite important to your overall health because, again, whatever you put in your body is what you're going to produce. And in order to be successful in 2023, you have to be able to produce. If you don't produce, you ain't going to get anywhere. Anyway, that's going to be it for today's episode. Shout out to RedpillCanuck.com, our daily pill, where we get all our news articles and whatnot. Shout out to everybody on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Thanks for listening, as usual. And we are going to be updating our playlist sometime this week. And yeah, I've just been quite busy pushing out a lot of episodes for y'all. And yeah. And of course, hit the like button, subscribe button on the way out. And I will see you tomorrow. We're going to have another interesting topic for Money Week. And yeah, I will see you tomorrow. Later. Thanks for watching. Make sure you smash that like button. And to check out our more recent uploads, check here on the top left. And to check out our playlist, check here on the top right. And make sure you hit that subscribe button down below. And also check out our Quick Hits channel, which is also located down below for our more bite-sizable content. I'll see you guys in the next one.